Amazing Grace, which is, the song that he used to play when he was in the crib in a little music box. It's a very soothing song for the soul.
It's a song that she used to play for me. I've always loved that song.
Stephen Piscotty was born and raised in Pleasanton, California, a city just 23 miles from Oakland Coliseum, home of the Athletics.
This family was rooting for the Oakland A's growing up. Our boys just loved it. Went to A's games since Stephen was 5.
Mike Piscotty coached baseball for all 3 of his boys, Stephen, Nick, and Austin. Their mom, Gretchen, their biggest fan, always documenting their success from behind the camera.
Her go-to saying was always, "Knock the snot out of it."
Come on, knock the snot out of it. What do you say?
She was always there. She had one of those, fold-out chairs and a couple blankets, and I think she really enjoyed just being there watching us.
Baseball would play a big part in Stephen's life. After starring at Stanford University, the St. Louis Cardinals drafted him 36th overall in 2012. He made his major league debut in 2015, finishing 6th in Rookie of the Year voting after hitting .305.
Stephen Piscotty will touch them all.
The next season, Stephen hammered 22 home runs and tallied 85 RBI. In the spring of 2017, he had just signed a long-term deal to stay in St. Louis when he got a call from his parents.
I picked up the phone, and it was my mom, and she had told me that she was diagnosed with ALS. I didn't believe it.
That's the day Gretchen describes as when the bomb dropped. You're just numb. It's like you're in shock.
Commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS is a progressive neurodegenerative disorder where the body's muscles weaken over time, but the mind remains intact. There is no cure.
ALS is brutal, and it's relentless, and the doctor that we've been working closely with hasn't seen a case move this fast in all his years.
Mike Matheny, our manager, would always relay to me that this was weighing on Stephen, that it's something that he's thinking about, that's affecting him.
I'm not a big crier, but I haven't cried so much in the last year and a half, I think, my whole life. It was very, very difficult. I wanted to be with my mom.
Stephen knew where he needed to be, and apparently, so did the Cardinals.
The Cardinals have traded outfielder Stephen Piscotty to the Athletics.
Billy Beane and I were able to work out a deal that sort of was a win-win for both. And I mean that not only from a baseball standpoint, but also for Stephen on a personal level, because now he's in his backyard.
I'm so grateful. I can't imagine being 2,000 miles away from all of what's going on.
Are you a lady man? Gonna sit here, Stephen?
Hey, Romeo. You just wash that? You want me to do it the right way? You want me to do it the right way? I want time to slow down. It just doesn't work that way, but we're doing the best we can.
No pressure, don't blow it. Come on!
3, that's 4, 5.
The Piscotties know Gretchen doesn't have much time.
If she comes to the game, it's awesome. It gives me a little extra fire.
They treasure these trips to the ballpark, where, even without her trademark cheer, she can still support her son, like she did all those years ago.
So Piscotty with a one-out walk. Piscotty headed for third. Matty Williams is waving him home, and Piscotty will score.
Every night ends the same. Stephen and his family spend the last few hours of the day soothing Gretchen into a peaceful sleep.
Bedtime routine is it's a lot. We'll help lift her into the bed, and then we have to kind of rotate her body to make sure she's perfectly straight and there's nothing out of whack. That way she feels comfortable. It's hard on her, so she gets pretty tired, and it's a great night when she falls asleep fast. Amazing Grace. I'll usually end playing the guitar with Amazing Grace. It's definitely emotional, playing it. And it's kind of like a full circle aspect going on there, and it gives me a little bit of peace, and I hope that it does the same for her. I was blind, but now I see. It's important to spend time with her because we're running out of it, and just try to cherish every moment. Like me, I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see.